Today is an extra special day because it is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Yes. And I wanted to pick a mug today that represented his message. And it's let freedom ring, okay? Do you see it? You know? Let me take my sip in the name of Mr. Martin Luther King Jr. That's for sure, but it's definitely a time, where we should all stop and take it in and think about, his investment in us. And most importantly, the example and how he lived, Yes. Because I think, we all live off of his prayers, his dreams, and it's, his trying. And to think of his I have a dream speech, like when I think of it, it's like the dreams that I get to dream up and the things that I get to do and the things we get to see our children do and even us sitting here together. It was his dream. And oftentimes I sit back and wonder when I see things, as my mother used to say, just sitting back watching the world. And I look back and I wonder, and I say, I wonder what would he think of us as a people today and how far we've come, Or will he look back at himself and say, servant, well done, because, again, this was his dream and goal. But not only for us to live our dreams, but for us to be able to come together as human beings and be on one accord. Yeah. So I can only say, I hope, we're doing okay. And yes, we have ways to go, but, because of him, we're able to dream and continue on with the things in life that we aspire to be due to his legacy. Yeah. And I got to visit his birth home. I guess it was maybe a year or so ago when I did the movie Respect, and I got to play Miss Aretha Franklin. And it's like, how when you're young, you see something, but you don't understand it? So as a child, I got to go to that same house, and, visit it and everything, but I didn't understand. I didn't have that understanding and then when I went back for Respect. And here I am dressed as a young Aretha Franklin, who was a part of the movement. And it showed me how we can use our platforms to make a difference and how we must come together to make a difference. And yes, like, this was him when she got her Aretha Franklin Day and he came and spoke, or she went on tour with him. That's where she started out, on tour with Dr. King, being a part of the movement. Yes, she was there in song. And then the thing for me, as an actress and being able to portray yet another legend as Ms. Aretha Franklin and seeing her sing for his funeral. And I couldn't help but to feel for that moment even more. Being able to go back in a time like that and thinking of these people are still human beings. Dr. King Jr. was somebody's son, you know what I mean? Aretha Franklin was somebody's child. And they were young African-American people out there fighting for a better cause, and to see her have to stand up there, be as close as she was to a Dr. King, where she even called him uncle, and to know how we all were affected by his loss. And then for her to have to stand up there, hold it together, and sing to lift everyone else up at a time like that while she was mourning and losing someone that she called uncle, and to see everyone lost who was fighting for such a cause for all of us. So to understand the human, as I say, it costs a lot, to think about what they've done. So when you moved away from it, sometimes it's hard to see what that cost was. And that was someone who may have been nervous, who may have been afraid, but he was brave enough to fight so that we could all have the right to be sitting here together today. And to think Stevie Wonder is yet another one of those people. And apparently he gave up 3 years in his career to help fight for him to have the Dr. King Jr. Day, okay? So it shows, and it wasn't official until 1983. And again, it's like, wow, yeah, in some schools we get to learn of these things, but these are things we do need to keep in our schools so we can know our history, so we can move ahead. So I just wanted to put that little bit out there in honor of Dr. King Day. Yes. And Stevie Wonder also wrote that good old famous song, Happy Birthday to You, okay? To Dr. King as well, which we all know so well. So that's just some little fun facts in our history and celebration of Dr. King that I had to acknowledge on this day. So let's all, when we go out, make a point to make it count what you're doing your day. As simple as making a difference and helping a friend or connecting with somebody in a way that he will want us to, if we can. Please take the time to reflect and remember his legacy that he left and that we all live off of that legacy today. So happy birthday to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Oh, but we love you. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.